like if you was so the career mattered more. At the time when I was younger and I thought I was gonna be the next Whitney Houston, I was focused on that. It didn't matter that all these things was going on. Now that I'm approaching or beyond 40 and I feel like my career is what it is and it's done, now I'm gonna make these allegations, I'm gonna say these things to dim the light on this person. Why didn't I do it in real time? Because I've allowed thousands of other people to be harmed over the span of this 20, 30 years because I didn't say nothing.
I think some of them were scared for their life and their family's life. Because if you're in that situation, not only are they gonna say they're gonna kill you, which if I'm in that situation, I don't care. Like I'm gonna stand up for what's right. If I gotta die to do it, cool. But then when they start mentioning your family, your kids, your mama, that's when it get tricky.
Bro, I get it. But at the same time, they ain't got no family now. They ain't got no
but he behind bars.
That don't mean nothing. If that man is everything that you've told me to today, not you personally, but if he's everything that these people saying that he is, and this ain't me defending him by no means, I'm just playing devil's advocate, but if he's everything that we say he is, him going behind bars stop everything?
No, but I just feel like there's so much courage because now everybody's coming. Do I feel like there's some that's bullshit and there's some that's trying to protect their ass? Of course. Is there some that is genuine? Yes. There's so
there's protect their ass on.
Hey, you can't, huh?
They try to protect their ass.
I don't mean that they literal ass.
That's what you gonna say.
I don't mean they're literal ass.
But then
I
you
mean
act like
themselves.
But then you act like you didn't say it. Like you said it and just kept
It's like if I say I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm not gonna kick you in your ass.
Yeah, but when you say you can't say they trying to protect their ass and you talking about the
Alright, pause. Ain't that what they be saying? Pause.
I don't know, whatever the kids say these days, but I'm just like, bro, you can't. They gonna try to protect their ass. And we talking about.
I mean,
Diddy.
it might be literal.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
It might be literal.
Then you just kept talking. I literally said no Diddy. You just kept going like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like come on.
They know what I mean.
Well, anyway,
y'all know what I mean.
Go ahead, man. Damn.
But it could go both ways. Literally. I'm not even gonna say pause.
Hey man, this shit's getting out of control, man. Let's get on the whole.
But y'all get the gist of our message.
No, listen.
I can't say nothing.
We done. Listen, we gone. We out of here.
Protect your ass.
Listen,
Every single one of y'all protect your ass.
Let's make sure that we get back on subject and leave these folks on something good, man. Cause right now we gotta protect the brand, bro. Cause you tripping. Listen. Giovanni McFly.
Your boy Showtime,
and this is the Fly Show. So we back, bro. Doing it again, man. What's this episode?
9.
9?
I believe so.
9. We getting there, man. You know what I'm saying? So again, appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Especially the ones that show up every episode. So keep liking, sharing, subscribing to the page, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that thing going. We're going to keep bringing y'all content, giving it to you from our perspective. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean it's right. It don't mean it's wrong. We may be indifferent, but we just saying what we feel from what we speaking from. You feel me? So let's get right into it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got another situation in the hip-hop industry. Very popular name. Hitting headlines, hitting news, but for the wrong reasons this time. So the boy Lil Boosie, man, the show they had. So what do you think about the situation, man?
Man, I think it can go a couple different ways. For y'all that don't know, Boosie had a show in Akron, Ohio, and there was a shooting. 3 got shot. I don't think there was any fatalities.
Nah, they said it was 3 people hit, 2 of them in critical condition.
Yeah. So this is my thing. I know first thing, shout out to the families and the victims. You know, we send love and healing energy to y'all, first and foremost. And the next thing is they're gonna be pointing fingers at who's gonna take the blame. Now, this is my theory. I don't think any of the blame goes on Boosie. I think everybody knows who Boosie is. Everybody knows what kind of music he has and what kind of crowd that attracts. Now, when you have a man of this stature come to your venue then you know you got to up that security, and it's not to be played with because things like this can happen. You know, nobody gets a pass. Nobody comes in with a weapon, and your security needs to be doubled. Period. I don't think they took it seriously. Obviously, they didn't because people had weapons in there. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but that's my take on it, man. Like, you know, if you have Drake come to your show or somebody like that, you know, you don't have to have security like that.
No shade, man.
No shade.
No
but
shade.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if you got NSYNC or somebody coming, like we're not worried about somebody shooting, but when you have Boosie,
Justin the Thug. Justin got one of the most notorious acts in the history of entertainment. That man the one pulled the nipple out at the Super Bowl, man, on Janet.
He did.
Yeah, he probably had the upper security of Justin.
He released the nip.
And he from Memphis.
Is he?
Yeah, man. Justin Timberlake, shout out to Justin Timberlake, man. That boy from Memphis, man.
This guy be doing shit.
Yeah, that's the homie, man.
Shit he be knowing just be shocking the shit out of me. He just be knowing.
That's the homie, man. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But to the situation with Boo Neal, man, like I feel like, you know, like bro said, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know who in the building, you know who you around, you know what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Boosie a little more removed from what it used to be, you know what I'm saying, as far as the type of crowd that it bring. Them folks can got a little older, you know what I'm saying? As you age, your crowd age with you, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure everybody on point in situations like that though, you know what I'm saying? So thankfully nobody died in the situation, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody get back to 100%, you know what I'm saying, ASAP. But you know, stuff like this does happen. Unfortunately, we gotta be better and do everything in our power to try to control it, try to keep it down. But you know, ultimately stuff like this gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. So I want to bring up a topic, man, and it's about our queens, man. No matter what color, you know, about respecting our queens, bro, because.
And I'm glad you said that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad you said to that point, but go ahead. But I'm glad you brought that up.
Women are so undervalued in today's society. And if you think about it, and this is my perspective on it, women are one of the most powerful things on the planet. They are the gateway to life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody looks at it like that. They, you know, I don't want to say culture, I want to say society, period. It's just like, you know, we refer to them as bitches and like they ain't shit. And now, just like in anything, you got good and you got bad. You know what I'm saying? You have high quality and you have low quality. But you can't generalize it as all. You know, I think every woman is born beautiful. Not every woman becomes beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And that's through their actions and through trauma and through other things. But they still have that chance to come back from it.
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that.
I do. I think everybody's born beautiful.
I don't believe that. I think that's the problem.
Now, pretty and beautiful is two different things. This is to me.
It is.
Now, pretty is just this right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's born pretty.
Not everybody born either one.
But beautiful is inside out. Like I done met some girls that wasn't attractive that were beautiful.
Yeah, but I had some people that's born is already all their beauty gone. You know what I'm saying? They just was born like it. You know what I'm saying? Some people born demons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I truly believe that. You know what I mean? Like nothing you can do to change it. That's a whole other topic for another day. But yeah, man, I just can't, pretty or beautiful, I can't agree that people just born that way because I done seen some ugly babies and I done seen some ugly souls early. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
Wow, bro.
I'm just telling the truth, man. Granny said I can say anything I want to long as it's true. I'm just telling you the truth, man.
But nah, it's just a cycle, man. You know, you disrespect the women, then they disrespect the sons. It's a never-ending cycle.
Right.
And so even like people always blame, we're always taking point and blame at, your spouse or whatever. They ain't doing this, they ain't doing this. But what are you doing? You can't control what they do. Well, are you still doing the same things you was doing in the beginning to get her? You know what I'm saying? You was bringing flowers for no reason. You was doing this, and you was being sweet. You was being spontaneous.
You was dating.
Yeah.
You was dating, and the thing that, you know what I'm saying, like when you got a true queen around you, and this ain't nothing I learned from a relationship. Like, this is something I learned young. I grew up in a house, you know what I'm saying, with nothing but women. You know, so it's like I had my grandmother, my mother, and my two sisters. So I always say, and they showed me, and I believe that, like, you teach people how to treat you.
Right.
So if you a queen, but you willing to be treated like less than that, you're gonna be treated like less than that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what you're willing to accept. But I never watched that group of women just accept anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never gonna be at 100 all the time. So I've seen moments of weakness over time, but I never seen them just say, you know what, I'm gonna settle for less than what I know I deserve.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing. And when you say, like, from a standpoint of queens, and queens can look like anything. They can come from any background. They can come from, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people well off still be queens, be stand out, stand up, good women, because they have good values.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where you're from, what your background is, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever you want to look at. Like, you can find queens in every culture. And I feel like it's the same thing when, you know, I bump into brothers, and it's always respect, it's always love, but when cats are constantly like, every man is a king, that's not true. There's no way possible. You can't go to any village in the world and everybody's a king.
Right.
That's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in society, there's a place for everybody. So you don't have to be a king. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are a king, you don't have to be a king or a queen in every environment that you walk into. It's okay for you to take the background sometimes and let another queen be a queen, and let another king be a king, but be there as support, right? But I think we don't, to your point, I think we don't value those women who step up to the plate and do the extraordinary.
Right.
Not, and men for that, you know what I'm saying, for that instance, like, the people that's doing just what we feel like as a society they should be doing. You birthed this child, you should take care of this child. Okay, that's one thing. Doing the extra, I think, is when you start to, you know what I'm saying, the lines stop being blurred and they're clear to what someone is and what they're bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying? So I think for the women in the community that's building the community, that's not only raising their kids, but helping raising others and doing things to, you know what I'm saying, for the next generation, I think we have to start, you know what I'm saying, paying more attention to that and giving them their flowers, because that's not an easy thing to do. And I've seen it up close and personal, you know what I'm saying? I know you have as well.
And there's not a lot of big mamas.
There's not any anymore. They grandmas. Yeah, they grandmas and GGs and Honey, my sister. You know what I'm saying? I be still to this day when I be around my mom and my sister. You know, my middle sister Tet. Shout out to Tet, man. She you know, she grandma now. So when I be talking to them, I be calling them. I call her Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? I be calling her Big Mama and Old Granny. That's what I call her. My mama. Like, ain't no Honey and GG. It's Big Mama and Old Granny. Shit. That's what we tell them. But yeah, man. Like, I've been blessed to. If I could go back, even though things weren't great, if I could go back and change anything, I probably wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of I only had 13 years with my grandmother, and that's to me, that's what a queen is. That's right. For my vision, is what my grandmother was and everything that she did and what she still is through us. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I got a different respect for women in those environments because I was raised up in one of them. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, it's shout out to y'all, man. It's Women's History Month as well, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the women out there doing what they're supposed to be doing and more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not an easy task, and it's nothing that we could, even though everything we have been through, we can never step in them shoes and say we know what that's like, because we can't. You know what I'm saying? We've never done it. We never will.
Just to piggyback off what you said, a man's only gonna do what you allow him to, you know. And if you want somebody to love you a certain way, you know, nobody's the same. So you have to, as men, we have to do the individualistic approach, not all women like this, all women like that. No, learn your woman, learn her, and teach your man how to love you, and teach and vice versa. you know, and listen.
That's the biggest part.
Yeah, and see what works and what doesn't work. If there might be certain things that you know she's not going to respond to, so find a different way to approach her with it. And sometimes you can't approach them with words. Sometimes you have to approach them with actions. And you know, you got to figure out what works, and never stop doing whatever it took to get her. You got to maintain that.
And that's what I was just about to say. Like, once you set that bar, that's the bar. And I tell, like, you know what I'm saying, in every environment I'm in, I tell people, like, the standard is the standard. So, like, once you set that standard, it doesn't go away. And then, I mean, it don't have to cost you a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be real with you. Like, if it's all about the money, you in the wrong spot anyway.
Facts.
Because I tell people all the time, like, I do more now for my wife, your sister, you know what I'm saying, than I ever did, because, like, she deserved it. Everything we done been through, everything we done, like, people, we talk about it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, must be nice, people must be nice, man. Y'all wasn't there.
I hate that phrase.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, I understand it when people say it, I get it. It's supposed to come off as a compliment. It's not really a compliment though.
No, it
but
ain't.
at the same token, like, you was in some of them houses when we didn't have lights, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was homeless, when I got shot, like, it's a lot of things that happen over the course of these 20 years that people don't really understand. And it's like, yeah, today it may look good, but it took some work to get here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you have people around you that they are not only there for monetary value, they there because they genuinely have love and they care about you. Like, never take that for granted. You know what I mean? And like, when you set that standard for somebody, and you say, okay, I'm buying flowers randomly, I'm doing this or doing that, you have to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because now, and that's on both sides, but now that woman, that queen that we talking about, that we referring to, she start to look inside herself and say, you know what I'm saying, is it something I'm doing different? The reason why I'm being treated different, you know what I mean? And you have to validate it. That's another thing. You do have to listen when it comes to relationships, but you have to validate that other person's feelings as well. When they tell you they feel a certain way, you really can't just dismiss it. You got to step back and say, why do they feel that way?
Right.
What am I doing to make them feel that way? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's levels. You know what I mean? Like, everybody ain't where they want to be, but at the same time, like, again, you set the standard. You teach people how to treat you. So if you want to be treated forever like you at the bottom of the barrel, act like you at the bottom of the barrel. But if you set that standard, like, you everything that you think you are, and that's exactly what you should do, the sky the limit. And the only people that's gonna come around you, the only energy that's gonna be around you is what that standard says.
Yeah, so man, and I've been a proprietor of this. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but
It is today.
We about to use it. That love bombing, you gotta be real careful if you're being serious about this woman, because, and I've done it, and I didn't do it, you know, I did it for the right reasons, but, you know, I did all this stuff and to get her, and, you know, and then after a year or two, it's like that energy kind of died down a little bit. You kind of get complacent, and now, you know, since you emotionally or financially or however you spoil her, now she's thinking you don't love her, or you know, it's because you're not maintaining that. So even though that's a good thing, it could be detrimental long term. So keep it, try to find that balance.
Man, like I said, man, like, it don't have to always be expensive. It don't have to be monetary at all. It can be a note. You know what I'm saying? It could be a note. It could be
more valuable than money.
Turning everything that off and just spending some time, one-on-one time. And that could be relationship, brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just shut everything off. You know what I'm saying? Me and bro might go somewhere, sit down, eat breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Drink a mimosa or something just to unwind, talk, you know what I'm saying? Get the day started, you know what I mean? It's like, or as couples do something, go out to dinner or something. Like, it don't take a whole lot, you know what I mean? But like I said, you could write a note one day, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all fellas a cheat code, and it's gonna show you a lot about who you're dealing with. But cause some women like, I don't want whatever, you know what I mean? But bro, you can go to Kroger any day throughout the year and buy a bouquet of flowers for $20 or less. And that's just a, hey, I'm thinking about you type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, if she say I don't want them, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it shouldn't matter how much they cost. It's the thought. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's the fact that on this day at a random time I was thinking about you. Not on your birthday, not on an anniversary, none of that. Just because I feel like this is who you are and I value you, I went and did this. You know what I mean? Like, and if somebody do $300 roses on Valentine's, but they do $20 roses 15 times a year, what's the difference? You know what I mean? So.
Yep, got to keep that flame burning. All right, let's get straight into the bullshit.
So speaking of flames burning,
all right, y'all.
Everything on fire.
So we've been plagued with some despicable, disgusting activities, and you know, apparently I've been sheltered from this. Like, you hear about these things, but now it's like through technology and YouTube, Instagram, now everything's up front and you're seeing all this stuff come to life.
Oh.
And so for y'all that's been on YouTube, y'all know the codes and y'all know the language. For y'all that don't, y'all just gotta follow us. We're gonna tell you without telling you what we're talking about. So we're gonna talk about these PDF files, these cupcake touchers. Now, a cupcake is somebody who doesn't have 18 candles on their cake, if you understand what I'm saying. They have less than 18. So it seems like, bro, it's just running rampant. Like, and from the industries, the music, the movies, the
entertainment as a whole,
the imagery, and then even the government found, like, when I started doing this deep dive, I'm just shocked, bro. I'm shocked. And has this always been like this, or is it just?
Yeah, I don't. So for me, I ain't shocked at all. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like it's like everything else. Like, we live in a day and time now where everything is at your fingertips. You know what I mean? So you can get news from around the world right here in your hands. Years ago, it just news didn't travel as fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff going on, and you could keep stuff a secret because we didn't have access to the world. I just feel like now you seeing more and more, and it's not just this, you seeing a lot more of a lot of different things come to the surface because everything's out there, all the information is there. And if I want to say something, I can say something right now and the whole world see it in the next 2 minutes. So it's like I can reach all corners of the earth, good and bad, in just a few messages, you know what I mean? So I think that's a big part of it though.
Now, this is a epidemic, and we can't, the only thing we can do is control what we can control as individuals.
No doubt.
So protect your kids, protect your neighbors' kids. Like, we're missing a lot of community, because back in the day, if I'm in the neighborhood and I'm doing something wrong, my friend's mama whoop me.
Yeah.
Or my mama might whip somebody else's kid.
And then
like,
call and say they headed home. I don't.
Yeah, or something.
This what happened.
Or something. Or if she see me smoking a cigarette at the park, she ain't gonna be like, that ain't my kid. It ain't my business. No, she calling my mama. Or she might snatch me up and bring me to my mama.
Yeah, you had accountability in the hood. You had like, people would hold you to a certain standard. Again, like, I know your mom and them. You know what I'm saying? There's certain kids that you like, even if they call their mama, they ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They let them fly. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain kids that, now I know your grandmama, I know your mama, like, that's not what they would have you out here doing. They gonna straighten it. So I feel like we need to get a sense of community back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, I'm bad about that shit. Like, we be at the house, you know what I'm saying, and something happened. Courtney looking and shit. I said, man, get out the window, bro. Mind your ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, the police next door, we don't live there.
Right.
You feel me? Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me, but at the same time, like, I do, like, if I see a neighbor having an issue with a tire or some shit, like, yeah, like,
that's grown folks' business. If you see a kid over there getting touched,
that's different. You know what I mean? But I just, certain things, I'm like, that ain't got nothing to do with us, chill out. But like, my neighbor needs some help with something or whatever, I don't mind stepping in and helping out. But yeah, to your point, like, it's still to this day, man, it's crazy how many kids I see walking by themselves to and from school, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like, man, you gotta really think, unfortunately, as a parent, you really gotta think the worst of the world, because it's really out there.
And what's even worse is, these kids ain't built like they was in the 80s. Like, through these hormones and these growth hormones that's in the meats and shit like that, these girls are having periods at 8 years old and having, they're being developed early, like super early. So like,
But it go. I mean, that's a good point. But it's all the way across the board. It ain't just girls. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect all these kids, man.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
You just don't know who and what you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I honestly
think more boys are getting found the whip than the girls now.
I mean,
it done caught up. It done caught up because before you really had to worry about the girls, and now it's like you gotta really worry about both.
Yeah, it's like
I'm at the point where I'm not
on both sides.
I'm not sending my kids to no summer camps. I'm not sending them to no Bible camps, none of that. You want to learn the Bible, son? Come on, I'll bring it out.
That's what I'm saying. It could be anywhere. It could be on the football on the team, the basketball team. It could be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I've seen it where Uncle such and such done did something. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, man, that because these kids innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's sad that a lot of these kids, and I'm one of those people that, you know, your upbringing don't necessarily control 100% who you gonna turn out to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna have an impact, and it could be a negative or a positive impact. But I just feel like for someone that's so innocent as a child to have that taken from them, and now they life path could be different because of that incident,
or different.
You know what I'm saying? However many incidents it is, their whole life can be on a different trajectory now because of it. And it's crazy, man. So we do have to do a better job as a community looking out for the youth.
Yes, and take the time and talk to your kids. I'm talking about as soon as they can speak and understand you, talk to them about however you want to phrase it. These are no parts. These are, if somebody touches you, what do you do? Where do you go? Who do you call? Make sure they know phone numbers. Make sure they know addresses. Make sure they know these things, because if you do send them to a Bible study or Bible camp, and I need to quit using that, but I'm just saying it happens. Boy Scouts, man, like these are supposed to be safe, protected places.
Man, it's all encompassing. It can happen anywhere on earth.
Right. So make sure that they're aware, that they're paying attention, because some kids don't even know, and they're getting touched and don't even realize.
Think it's normal.
They don't even know. And
but
so
shout out to the church camps and Bible stuff, man, that he talking about. We ain't got nothing against you folks.
we really don't.
Shout out to y'all good people, man.
It's good and bad and everything.
I promise you,
that's my point.
This man gonna get us banned before we get started. Man, last week it was, what we talking about, heavy set people.
Why you bringing up old shit, man?
Man, at least he didn't say it was a fat camp. You know what I'm saying? I guess, whatever. But yeah, like, but for real, man, like I couldn't imagine my kid coming home having to tell me something like that. And I've seen even here locally, I've seen some terrible reports come out as far as, you know, men and even in their own family. Like both the scenarios that I can think of in my head right now, it was actually incest. It wasn't just the fact that it was child pornography, whatever. You know what I mean? It's incest, bro. It's crazy. Like you doing this to your and think. I know one of the situations. It's your daughter. So the one man in this world that she feel like she should have been able to trust, and she rightfully so, she should be able to trust her father if nobody else. You was the one that took everything from her. So how could she ever have a solid relationship or a trustworthy relationship with a man when her father put her through this situation? You know what I'm saying?
She can't.
That shit's sick, bro.
Even with therapy, like they ain't gonna be able to fully trust or fully have that true experience that she would have been able to have.
Man, that's my father. If my father would do this to me, how can I trust anybody?
You can't.
Simple as that. Like that's the reality. And if you do, it's gonna take a lot of work. A lot of work to get there.
And I want to send a shout out to everybody combating this issue. People like Big Homie.CC, Do God, Turn Up God, anybody like that. Those are the first names that come to mind. They doing retrievals. They're doing a lot of good work out there, and you know, and I appreciate that. In the world needs to appreciate that and acknowledge that, because we need more people out here. Because this you know, it's down to CPS and people coming in trying to find a better life, leaving their country to come to our country, and they get separated from their kids, and their kids never come back. And like now we're seeing it's a lot of wealthy people that's just treating them like party favors and disposing and rituals and
right. And you so we're gonna lead into something, because you brought up Big Homie.CC. So that's a good segue the lawsuit, man. So, you know what I'm saying? We got another lawsuit out there. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what your thoughts are as far as they go.
So there's a new lawsuit coming out, and it's a Diddy lawsuit, but they have names of co-defendants: Jaguar Wright, Big Homie.CC, Odell Beckem, and Druski. So me personally, bro can go over it if he want to. Y'all can look it up online, you know, for the details and all that. It's a real lawsuit. I read the whole thing. I feel like, honestly, and this is my theory on it, it's a spread of misinformation. If you have something that's a point of focus, like a trial, and you have people that's going to judge this, if you spread so much misinformation, right, and you sprinkle it with the truth, you don't know which way's up, which way's down, who to trust, who not to trust. And I think that was the point of this whole lawsuit. Because why are you going to attack or name people in these lawsuits that are coming for y'all? You know, these are the enemies. Now all of a sudden, this whole Diddy thing been going on for over a year.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody said nothing or nothing. And I know there's a lot of people that haven't been talked about that's gonna be brought up.
Right.
But to me, bringing Jag and Big Homie.CC, I feel like that was a whole play. And Big Homie is one of these ones that's really, and not even related to Diddy. He's going after these pedophiles. Like, he's doing retrievals, he's doing the work. And so it's like, it's really hard for me to, and he said numerous amounts of times he's never bodyguarded for Diddy. So, you know, these lawsuits are alleged. That's my point on it. Do I believe that there's truth in this lawsuit? Hell yeah. But I don't think it has nothing to do with Jag and Big Homie. Especially Big Homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I think it's a slick ploy to try to, it's not even to try to get him in trouble or nothing. It's really just spread that misinformation. It's to cause confusion.
Everything he's saying.
It's cause confusion. So if you see, and if it finds out that one of these other people did do this, you're like, well, he did do it, so then that means they did it too. Now, y'all gotta use your critical thinking and wait until wait till you see the evidence.
So for me, it's like, nobody get that with me no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know what he got going on. Don't nobody get the benefit of the doubt with me no more when it comes to these situations, because I don't trust none of it. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, and it's always been there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nobody can tell on you who wasn't with you when you did something. You can't, I've never in the history of, in my years of being on this earth, I've never heard of somebody being an informant and not having information to be in there. Nobody's ever snitched on nobody that didn't have information that wasn't there. It's hard for me to believe that these people coming up with these stories and have these stories as allegations against Diddy if you wasn't part of something.
Right. In
some capacity. That don't mean you was part of the act, but you allowed the act to happen.
Right.
You're still part of it. You know what I'm saying? If you was watching the door while the act was happening, you're part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a co-conspirator. Like, you're part of that situation. If I'm next door and know this stuff is happening and I sat idly by, I'm part of that situation. So for me to have these stories 20, 30 years later, why wasn't I saying nothing then? Why didn't I try to stop the situation when it happened? To me, I don't care what level of it you on, especially when we start to talk about sexual assaults and kids, and I'm saying sexual assault of any age, gender, whatever it may be, and we talking about children, especially the children, bro, I can say, hey bro, like, I know you heard what you thought you heard, but that's just how we move. That's the situation. We just act stuff out like that. When it's two adults, you could twist that to be consenting. You cannot do that with a child. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as consent. It's a child. So it's like, if you was around and you knew this stuff was going on then, why did we wait all the way until this man get incarcerated to start with all these stories? Or why did we wait 30, 40 years later to start telling these stories when we knew in the moment what was going on?
Right. Now, when it comes to the kids, I 100% agree with you. Now, with Big Homie, if that was the case, yeah, you know, if he was actually there, yeah, that's not. Now, as far as like Jag, and I'm just using that as an example because she was named in the lawsuit. An artist, I'm not saying I agree with the decision, you know, but when you look at the power this man had, and even if they did come forward, they own the police. Like, look at all this shit. He a federal informant, allegedly, and all this shit that happened, he got away with it. He had people unalive and all this. Like, are you gonna be the one? You know what I'm saying? Well, okay. Now I feel like it's the time, because it's so much shit against him. Now people have their courage to come through.
But see though, that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with that, because the same power he had then, he probably got that.
But now bodyguards, they don't get that pass for me.
Don't nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if you're not protecting these people, if you're not protecting, you know what I'm saying, these kids, you become one of the gatekeepers.
Now the kids,
across the board.
Now kids, I don't even have an understanding of it. The artists and like the grown folks, I don't agree, but I understand.
But a lot of these artists that we talking about, that we considering grown folks, was children when they got into that situation. They was late teens when they started getting groomed. When they was groomed into this situation.
I understand that.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, now I've groomed you to think that this is how everything, this is what the world is, like we talked about earlier. Now I've been doing this for so long that you think it's normal and it's okay. We've normalized it. Well, my problem with the whole thing is, you cannot tell me that if you knew it was wrong, and there's no way you didn't know it was wrong then, that now you've built up this courage to, well, I'm gonna say something about it today. Like, if you was so, the career mattered more. At the time when I was younger and I thought I was gonna be the next Whitney Houston, I was focused on that. It didn't matter that all these things was going on. Now that I'm approaching or beyond 40, and I feel like my career is what it is and it's done, now I'm gonna make these allegations, I'm gonna say these things to dim the light on this person. Why didn't I do it in real time? Because I've allowed thousands of other people to be harmed over the span of this 20, 30 years because I didn't say nothing.
I think some of them were scared for their life and their family's life. Because if you're in that situation, not only are they going to say they're going to kill you, which if I'm in that situation, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna stand up for what's right. If I got to die to do it, cool. But then when they start mentioning your family, your kids, your mama, okay, that's where it get tricky.
Bro, I get it. But at the same time, they ain't got no family now. They ain't got
but he behind bars.
That don't mean nothing. If that man is everything that you've told me to today, not you personally, but if he's everything that these people saying that he is, and this ain't me defending him by no means, I'm just playing devil's advocate, but if he's everything that we say he is, him going behind bars stop everything?
No, but I just feel like there's so much courage because now everybody's coming. Do I feel like there's some that's bullshit and there's some that's trying to protect their ass? Of course. Is there some that is genuine? Yes. There's so
there's protect their ass on.
You can't, huh?
They trying to protect their ass.
I don't mean that literal ass.
That's what you gonna say.
I don't mean that literal ass.
But then
I
you act
mean
like
themselves.
But then you act like you didn't say it. Like you said it and just kept rolling.
It's like if I say I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm not gonna kick you in your ass.
Yeah, but when you say you can't say they trying to protect their ass and you talking about the
Alright, pause. Ain't that what they be saying? Pause.
I don't know, whatever the kids say these days, but I'm just like, bro, you can't. They gonna try to protect their ass. And we talking about.
I mean,
Diddy.
it is kind. It might be literal.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
It might be literal.
Then you just kept talking. I literally said no Diddy. You just kept going like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
They know what I mean.
Well, anyway,
y'all know what I mean.
Go ahead, man. Damn.
But it could go both ways. Literally. I'm not even gonna say pause.
Hey man, this shit is getting out of control, man. Let's get on the whole.
But y'all get the gist of our message.
No, listen.
I can't say nothing.
We done. Listen, we gone. We out of here.
Protect your ass.
Listen,
Every
man,
single one of y'all protect your ass.
Let's make sure that we get back on subject and leave these folks on something good, man. Cause right now we gotta protect the brand, bro. Cause you tripping. Listen, man, we gonna wrap this up on a note to where not necessarily it's a good note mixed with a little. We're gonna have a conversation about some other stuff, but you know what I'm saying. Let's just speak to. Anybody that know me know I'm a big Nipsey Hussle fan. You know what I'm saying? Actually went out to the Marathon store, which we'll talk about. You know what I'm saying, after the murder or whatever of Nip. But man, like Marathon burgers, bro. You know what I'm saying? We seen it with Trio Burgers. Shout out to Bun. But Black Sam, man, keeping the marathon continues, man, right? So
he pushing that legacy.
What you think about that situation, bro? I know you're excited to talk about these burgers.
There ain't nothing that I don't love about this whole situation. Like Black Sam is carrying that legacy on his back. Well, he ain't carrying it by himself, but like, you know, a lot of people they get what they can get and then they get gone. He really standing true as a brother, as a man, and I'm loving it. And so with the Marathon Burgers, then they took over what's the Johnny Rockets?
Yep.
So they took over the Johnny Rocket spot on Melrose, and you know, I was like, okay, this is cool, and I'm thinking it's another, you know, burger spot that's, you know, Marathon. I know it's gonna be good. There was no doubt about that. But when I did my deep dive and seen the level of research, like these guys for a year straight ain't nothing but burgers for lunch. Just going to different spots, just seeing what they like, what they don't like, and how they can bring something different to the table. And then when they started doing their recipes, like they ain't just be like, okay, throw some salt and pepper and some Lowry's on there. They really, I mean, there was to every little detail, man. The attention to detail is crazy. And then down to the ingredients, like there's not a lot of fast food that's gonna have Wagyu burgers. A lot of people don't even know what Wagyu is.
They sure ain't. I'm telling you that right now. They might not even have burgers. It might be something else in there. Yeah,
so exactly. So
they went deep into the details on it.
And I love the opening. Like everybody came out to support, which was expected. And man, it's all around. Like I feel like it's gonna be the dopest burger spot. And I want to speak it into existence right now. We going there, we're doing reviews, we're gonna get to sit down with Black Sam. Black Sam don't know that yet, but we putting it in the air.
We on the way, big homie.
We on the way.
We on the way.
So,
we pulling up like a jump shot.
That's gonna come to fruition. So how you feel about the whole thing?
Man, so I do wish that for them, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say the biggest, but I hope that it reaches the level to be one of the biggest burger places out there in the LA area. Obviously, we got the classics with In-N-Out out there, you know what I'm saying, and you know several others. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, shoot nobody down, but I just feel like it's a good look. And the biggest thing for me is I see growth, and I'm gonna take it a little bit in a different direction. I see growth in a different way. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like the Marathon clothing store was opened up in the hood, in 60s territory. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Nip did that to give something to the community. But at the end of the day, I feel like it was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I feel like him opening that store in the location he opened it, it was a mistake to the extent of like, you still too close. Too many people have access to you being in that location. So from a growth standpoint, fast forward into this situation, I feel like to be in a place as famous and as frequented as Melrose, it changes that.
Right.
You don't have the same people are not gonna act or, you know what I'm saying, move in the same way in that area as they would in a known gang territory area. You know what I'm saying? And then you had items in there priced at Beverly Hills, Melrose type pricing in a hood environment. Now you got people that with resentment, they don't feel like they can afford it. Right. It costs too much, all of those things. And then like, it hurt my heart when I went out there, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, I didn't go there to celebrate anything. I went there with the death of my auntie out there, cause I got family out there. So when I went out, I go around in the neighborhood and I'm seeing like everything closed up. The store barred up, bro. You can't even go in there. You can't even pull in the parking lot. You feel me? So it's like, for that brother to lose his life there, and the fact that he put that in his neighborhood to bring, you know what I'm saying, some money to the neighborhood and build a community up, and he lost his life there, and now you can't even access that joint. To my knowledge, I believe the Marathon clothing store is now run out of Manhattan, New York.
I think they got a spot right on Melrose, or not. It might not be on Melrose, like down.
But I'm saying like it's ran out of Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
Not like storefront based, just out of Manhattan. I'm saying like high level is ran out of Manhattan, New York, and this is a LA based company. Right. You know what I'm saying? With an LA based artist. So I just feel like it does show growth to say, okay, you know what, we did everything we could do there. It's time for us to do something different. I think it shows that growth. You know what I'm saying? I think Black Sam understands it. Not trying to speak for him, but I think he understands from a business standpoint, it makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? To try to branch out a little bit. You can still go back and do stuff in the community and build the community, or, you know what I'm saying, pour into it. But I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, from that aspect of the, you know what I'm saying, the TMC store to now looking at Marathon Burgers, I just feel like you can see the growth, and I hope that there's many more locations to come from this. I hope it gets to a point to where it's nationwide and not on no franchise or where you have to, you know what I'm saying, like downsize or downgrade on the ingredients and stuff like that. But I hope it eventually gets to where it's from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, even if it's not in every location, you know what I'm saying, every state. I just feel like we should have multiple locations around the country, so we're gonna speak that into existence. And again, man, shout out to them brothers, man, for real. Both Nip, you know what I'm saying, RIP to him, and then Black Sam for continuing their legacy, man, for real, because that's hard, bro. And I can only hope that for me, us, you know what I'm saying, once we gone, it's the same way, you know what I mean? So
I definitely see it becoming a franchise, the clothes and the burgers. I definitely see that being a franchise. Yeah,
because I mean, even the whole concept with the Marathon clothing, like, it's everything dope about it, man. I feel like everything that Nip had going on, you know what I'm saying, from the strategy to sell CDs, the approach to Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, everything across the board, I just feel like it was dope the way that he went about doing things, and he left way too soon, you know what I'm saying, because he was just really getting started. So I think more people caught on to Nip after his passing than before, you know what I'm saying. That's unfortunate. We've seen that happen a few times though with artists where, you know what I'm saying, you get more famous after. Yeah, you get more famous after you're gone. But, you know, and to that point, man, I do want to say too, like, before we get out of here, we the only group, only culture that, like, our music and our culture is divided. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got East Coast rap, South rap, you know what I'm saying, Midwest drill music, you got West Coast rap, like everybody. Why is there so many different divisions of hip hop? Hip hop is hip hop. It don't matter what part of the country you're in, you know what I'm saying? You don't have East Coast rock and roll, West Coast rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't divide country music, pop artists, you know what I'm saying? He a West Coast pop artist versus East Coast. Like, nobody else does that, you know what I'm saying?
I think the media is to blame for that.
But it's designed that way.
And the artists, you know, fed into it because you kind of had to. Like, if they're putting it out there, the East Coast is dissing you and the West Coast is dissing you, then you gotta say something, because now you're gonna look weak if you don't.
Yeah, but I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, they did that to create that narrative, you know what I mean? Like, this is not even necessary to have it, you know what I mean? It was to keep us divided. Like, you did it to keep people divided, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it worked.
It really didn't though. It was like, that's to me, that's Adolf Hitler saying you're not a true purebred if you don't have blonde hair and blue eyes, but he didn't have neither one.
Yeah.
But people stood there and listened to a man say this that don't look like what he's telling you should look like, and you followed him anyway.
Right.
Who the biggest West Coast artist of all time? If you ask most people,
they are
rapper
gonna say
wise.
Snoop Dogg.
Okay, you got Snoop. Guess who else gonna be in the top 3? Pac.
Oh yeah.
Pac's not a West Coast artist though.
Right.
So that goes back to the analogy I just made. People look at Pac and Big and say East Coast, West Coast rap when they both from the East Coast. So it's not even, you can look at it and say it's not even reality, because I got 2 East Coast guys just because he moved to the West Coast. Now he a West Coast rapper. He the same guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
he ripped the West Coast. He wasn't ever saying You know, so they
he also
consider
had different color bandanas on his head at times too. We ain't gonna get into that. But he wasn't affiliated.
But I'm just saying how the world views.
Right, but he also said he wasn't affiliated. But you in California with red bandanas and shit on, and you ain't affiliated. We gonna go with that? Like, come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like they put it right in front of our face, showed us that it really ain't nothing, into this East Coast West Coast thing, and then made us believe that two dudes from the same area are now beefing on a coast to coast. You know what I'm saying? On a coast to coast, West Coast, East Coast beef thing.
I'm filming. I'll call you back.
Hey, I'm on my way.
All right, come on.
Okay.
That's the reality of doing live shows, people. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, like, for real, like, to me, it's just, you got people believing this East Coast, West Coast beef when there's really no beef there. You know what I'm saying? Not on the East Coast, but that was personal. What them cats had going on was personal. It wasn't because one from Cali and one from New York, because it ain't the case.
Right. Yep, I agree 100%. All right, so before we get out of here, we're gonna do a Fly Show salute. Every week we're going to find an individual that's doing something positive and productive in the community, and we're gonna uplift them and salute them.
So who we got this week, bro?
It is Joe T. Baker III. I've been keeping up with this young man since he first started getting on Facebook, and he actually released a book called Life of Boo Baker, and I got the book, and it's crazy. This guy, and I don't want to highlight the wild shit, but just to give y'all a background, he went to jail, escaped from jail, got involved with the CO, they got engaged. I think he had some attempted unaliving, and maybe, you know, and he went through a lot of stuff. Did his time like a man, came out, got on Facebook. When I tell you, this guy is a storyteller extraordinaire. Like, and this is how I got the book, because the man that get on them, and he'll start telling a prison story, and you know.
Don't give him the secret, bro. Don't give him the secret. I know where you going with this.
I'm telling you how he got me.
Yeah, I know, but don't give him the recipe. I know where you're going. I know exactly where you're going. You're a genius, brother, but don't give him the recipe, man, because you know what I'm saying? It might be something.
I love what you're doing, but it got on my nerves at the same time because I want it now.
Yeah.
But it's a smart move, and I salute that.
Genius move.
So he went on, made his book. It's doing really well, and now he's getting the attention of celebrities. And he's not just highlighting his past. He's speaking on spiritual stuff. He's speaking on relationships.
Right.
Like, you know, I done got a couple jewels from him, so I'm really proud of this man. He also, he was in Tennessee. I think he moved to Texas. He's doing big things out there. He done got on Tubi. He's got this show. It's called Traps, and it's crazy. It's crazy. The thing I would put it in the same realm as like a power type of thing, and you know, he's really doing this thing. So we want to give a Fly Show salute
for sure,
to Joe T. Baker.
Yes, sir.
Brother, we want you on the show.
Just like we said, Black Sam, man, we gonna speak it into existence, brother. Like we really feel like we gonna link, you know what I'm saying, even if it's only for a few minutes of your time, you know what I'm saying. We've been trying to get this done for like a year now, you know what I'm saying. So, and we, you know what I'm saying, we one of the little guys right now, man, but we want to make sure that we show that love and show that support to the people that's, you know what I'm saying, got that dream, chasing that dream, man, and even at this point got
making it happen
on the tails of it. So, for sure, bro. Like everything brother said. Like, salute to you, man. Everybody around you. Many blessings coming your way. You know what I'm saying. But if time allows, man, humbly, you know what I'm saying. The invitation there, man, from the Fly Show, brother.
Yes, sir. I think that's all we got this week.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we gonna get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying. It's your boy Giovanni McFly.
Your boy Showtime.
And this is the Fly Show. Yeah.